Australian authorities came up with a new strategy to prevent aggressive fire ants from invading the New South Wales border. Sheina Selim for the rest of the details.
Queensland officials warned of devastating consequences once the fire ants can breach the state border. Officials got alarmed after the invasive species were detected on the Gold Coast last week, just 5.5 kilometers from the state border. The nest, found in private land, has been successfully destroyed. Authorities said it has been the closest detection ever made since they were first detected at the port of Brisbane in 2001. A biosecurity control order is now in place to prevent the movement of materials that could bring the ants inside the border. Originating from the lowland areas of South America, the aggressive fire ants are considered one of the world's worst invasive species, as they can cause significant damage to the environment, attack humans, and pose a threat to the economy. Their venom can also cause a severe reaction in hypersensitive individuals and are responsible for killing people in the southern half of the United States. Meanwhile, Australia's climate and lack of natural predators make it the perfect home for invasive species. Experts called for more government funding to eradicate the super pests and warned that the entry of fire ants in New South Wales would be worse than rabbits, cane toads, foxes, and feral cats combined. Reporting from New South Wales, this is Sheina Selim, SMNI News, Australia.
The deadly wildfires sweeping across Europe have now claimed over 40 lives. Justine Nazario reports.
Over 40 people were killed due to extreme heat waves and intense blazes as wildfires spread across the Mediterranean. Homes, livelihoods, and nature reserves in Greece and 8 other Mediterranean countries have been affected, with widespread destruction caused by the fires. Despite the tireless efforts of firefighters in Portugal, Turkey, Italy, France, Croatia, Spain, and Greece, the fires have been allowed to spread rapidly due to the dangerous situation created by the scorching temperatures and strong winds. In some areas of Greece, temperatures have exceeded 44 degrees Celsius, further challenging the firefighting efforts. 2 lives were claimed by additional wildfires near 2 Greek cities, leading to the issuance of new evacuation orders. Meanwhile, the fires continue to burn on the islands of Rhodes, Corfu, and Evia. Meanwhile, Algeria is the most hit country. The death toll from wildfires has risen to 34, including 10 soldiers. The Algerian ministry said some 8,000 people were working to battle the blazes across multiple provinces, supported by over 500 fire trucks and several firefighting helicopters. As the Mediterranean continues to burn, the United Kingdom's Met Office warned that its country could be next. The UK's Met Office has issued warnings that temperatures higher than 40 degrees Celsius, along with summer droughts, grass fires, and heavy downpours, will become more frequent and severe. In response to the ongoing crisis, support is being sought by European unions from neighboring countries to combat the devastating wildfires and save lives. The priority remains on protecting communities and minimizing the impact of these destructive fires that have left a trail of devastation and loss across the continent. Reporting, this is Justine Nazario, SMNI News.
Sweden has accused Russia of launching a disinformation campaign surrounding the recent Quran burning protest in the Nordic country. Kirby Hill Trinidad has the news.
Swedish officials are pointing fingers at Russia as the mastermind behind a disinformation campaign concerning the Quran burning crisis. In a recent press briefing concerning the recent influence campaigns against Sweden, Civil Defense Minister Carl Oskar Bolin said that the country is a victim of a disinformation campaign backed by states and state-like actors aimed at harming its interests and its citizens. Meanwhile, head of communication at Sweden's Psychological Defense Agency, Mikael Östlund, said his agency had recorded at least 1 million publications connected to the Nordic country. Östlund has accused Russia of using propaganda channels and the media to promote its agenda, to split Sweden's connection with the West, and to create an increased anxiety and polarization here in the Nordic country. He added that the move portrays an obvious ambition from the Russian side to make it more difficult for Sweden to join NATO. Meanwhile, the Swedish Security Service warned that the burning of the Holy Book as well as the ongoing disinformation campaigns on social media and elsewhere negatively affected Sweden's image. It can be remembered that Finland's Foreign Minister Pekka Haavisto has also accused Russia of being involved in the Quran-burning protest by far-right politician Rasmus Paludan in January to derail Sweden's NATO accession. Russian President Vladimir Putin and local lawmakers, on the other hand, condemned the Swedish authorities for allowing a demonstration in Stockholm that involved the desecration of the Holy Book on the major Muslim holiday of Eid al-Adha. Reporting from Sweden, this has been Kerbil Trinidad, SM9 News.